Hi folks, so welcome back to the channel. As always, please subscribe, comment below, let us know. Lots of people have asked, can we do strategic hole reviews with a pro on how we play? So we're going to start on the first, which kind of makes logic sense.
Makes sense,
a little bit of sense there. We do have a script as in loosely what we're going to follow. I will put up an overhead shot so that when we talk about certain hazards, you can't see on the GoPro. The GoPro is brilliant for doing this type of filming, not great if you want to see the whole hole. We are working on getting the drone footage. In terms of, we're going to talk through the hole from the point of view of how long that is, and then we're just going to go through, point out the hazards, how you approach a hole, tips from the pros. So that's kind of loosely what we're doing. Carrington, it's 350 yards off the whites.
350 off the whites, yeah, which is just back
337. I believe, Simon, there aren't going to be blues this year because of the WHS.
Yeah, we're going to go whites and yellows. Obviously that's the marked out course. Okay. So yeah, here we are right in the middle of the yellows and the whites here. Okay. 347 yards, I think, something like that from here. Difficult shot.
So in terms of standing here, and we are going to turn around and just look down the hole. We're not turning it back on you on purpose, but we've got the clubhouse down the right, and as Liam Davis pointed out to us in a recent video cast, Eddie Pepperell seems to have hit that clubhouse, so that is a hazard.
That is a hazard, yeah. I don't think.
How many balls we had through those windows, Simon?
Well, last year I think we had 2 or 3, and the little railings here.
Okay. On the left, hopefully you can see on the GoPro, but we will be walking down the hole, there's a copse of trees that used to be very penal. Lost balls. It's still difficult, and we will be going into that.
Yeah, and they're always on your mind, really. I mean, I wouldn't like to admit it, but as the pro, I've been in there a couple of times, and it's a horrible way to start your round.
Yeah. In hazards-wise, clubhouse on the right, copse on the left, trees down the right, and then Simon, there used to be a bunker on the left about 200 yards.
There was one at 210 and then 240.
But they're gone.
Yeah, we've got a grassy bunker on the left-hand side, not so penal, but it's there. You don't really want to go in it.
No, you don't. And then there's a big dip with a public footpath at the bottom. We do ask, please, if you are up there, just make sure there's nobody walking on the public footpath before you play your second shot. And then there's a bunker short, about 30 yards short, which you'll see later in the video as we get up there, and then it's protected by bunkers and runoffs, which is pretty spectacular. So let's cut straight to low handicapper walks up to the tee. He stands on the first, clubhouse on the right, cops on the left. Play to the top of the hill? Do they go for it with the driver?
Everyone is different, obviously. Okay. So, but I think most of the scratch golfers are going to play something like a hybrid 3-iron, maybe 3-wood, depending on the weather conditions, to leave you at the top of the hill. Yeah. And then that's going to leave you 120 to 30 yards in, a nice little wedge or whatever it may be, and open up. But then, some people are just going to whack a driver down there, get as close as they can.
Okay, but in terms of percentage play, what would you give the percentage play as a scratch golfer standing on this hole?
It's hybrid.
Hybrid,
top of the hill.
Just short of the hill. Yeah. The predominant wind, and I looked this up last night, the predominant wind on average on this hole is coming from the right-hand side from the clubhouse. So it's pushing you left. So if you're standing on the tee, it'll push you left predominantly. There is the flagpole, and you can always check that to see what's happening.
Yeah, good advice. Good advice.
Mid handicapper, same strategy.
Mid handicapper, same strategy. Maybe a driver. It's the first tee shot. We're all going to be nervous. That's natural. So
driving distance comes into it, isn't it? Yeah. If you hit your driver 200 yards, especially realistically, we live in England. The air is heavy. Not everybody hits 280-yard drive.
No, not many people hit 280 yards.
So therefore, 200 to the top of the hill is driver for most of our members?
I think it is, yeah. So that's it, and I think that's the play. Okay, so high handicapper, I think you need to play a club that you feel relatively confident with.
So the most confident club in your bag,
that might be a driver, it might be a 5-iron.
Might be your putter.
It might be a putter, but I think, we want to get something airborne if possible. Yeah. I mean, that's going to be the first aim, is get it off the tee, down there somewhere, find it, hit it. I think that's where we need to go. And then once we've played our first hole or so, then you can get into your game and relax.
I arrived, like all golfers, not all, but most average golfers arrive. You have a cup of coffee, we come out on the putting green, we hit it twice. Most of the time we're standing there talking to our mates.
Yep.
Then I come out here, and like the rest of us, it is a bit of banter. There's always 10 people here. I put the tee down. I take my driver, and I take my driver for one reason only.
It's got the biggest head. Yeah, but that's a good and there's lots. We all do that. I
think to myself, the chances of me missing there with the first swing. I take 2 practice swings, and my strategy is exactly this. because I'm tall, I'm not a good golfer, but there's a lot of leverage to it, so it goes away. So my strategy is, Copse left is dead. I aim at the trees down the right, thinking if I push it, which I tend to, I'm on the 18th fairway and I can still get to the green.
Yeah, that
But
works.
if I pull it, I'm in the middle of the fairway.
Yep.
And if I hook it, I'm on the left.
Yeah.
So
that's a good tactic to start. You know, there is safe down the right hand side. Obviously, if you hit it straight, aiming at the tree, chances of that. No, that's harsh. That's a little bit harsh.
No, it isn't. The chances are what, 1 in 5.
No.
I give myself a 20% chance of hitting it dead straight.
Okay, yeah, but I think what you've got to do, you know, we've discussed this before, Brian, you've got to be your own caddy. So we're going to aim down the right-hand side. That's a safe play with your driver.
Yeah.
Or with your driver. Wind's off the right, normally predominant wind. You know, hit it down there and sort of see where it goes. You know, I think that's all you can do. I think it's a good idea.
Cool. Okay, so now we're going to move down the hill. I don't know if we're going to cut this into episodes or whether we're going to keep it all one long episode. We'll probably do it in chunks off the tee, hazards, and then the green. Shoes again, Simon. Everyone have a look at these shoes.
Those are good.
They're not good.
They are.
Comments below if you think those shoes are appropriate.
They are. Golf shoes, course. Asparagus on the moon. There's a children's story there, and I think they're nice.
They're asparagus and pink. Need I say more? Anyway, so asparagus and pink.